Most people don't quit because training is hard. They quit because of weeks like this.
This week almost didn't make it into an episode, but that would have kind of missed the point. Now, training-wise, this week looks quite similar to all the others. But since it's Christmas, this week required a whole different approach to planning because of all the different things that are going on. This week is filled with family dinners, gatherings, and the sudden change of plans throughout the day, and the structure that you were used to is suddenly out of the window. When that happens, everything else starts to feel a little bit more hectic. Not necessarily because the training feels harder, but because it has to fit in between everything else. This is also the point where filming starts to become secondary. There isn't always the time to set up the camera, think about angles, or even documenting every session properly. And to be honest, that is fine. Not every week can be about focusing on creating content. Sometimes the weeks just has to be focused around keeping things moving. The training still has to get done, and not always perfectly, and not always exactly as you planned it.
Second workout of Tuesday done. Today was a little bit too late, but since it's the last day before Christmas, or the last evening before Christmas, there was nobody at the pool. I was almost completely alone. It was like one or two other people swimming in the other lanes, and at the last half hour I had the entire pool to myself, which was a first. Usually it's packed with people and you're really just swimming in a queue almost. So that was a different experience. It was an okay workout. I felt like I had to hurry up a little bit. I think the people working at the pool were eager to go home. I wasn't the only one in the lane pool. Well, I was the only one at the end, but there was about 30 or 40 others in the pool itself. So I figured I'd use my time as much as I could. Workout was okay, about 800 meters of drills, some warm-ups, and then into a 3x300, and finishing off with a 100-meter sprint to conclude Tuesday's workout. When I'm doing my drills, I am using different types of equipment. I am using a pull buoy between my legs to help my legs with floating and keeping my streamline. I'm also using a band to lock out my feet and trying staying as strict and keeping my posture as much as I can. I'm also using paddles to improve my catch and help feel my way through the water, as well as increase my strength in my arms. I also use swim feet to help accelerate, feel the speed and feel the posture, and also help train my legs with my kicks. I also have a swimming cap and goggles. I do not use snorkels. I've seen a lot of people use them, but I haven't really tried it myself yet. So if you have, could you please maybe comment below and tell me what's up? I'm guessing it has to do with aerobic workouts and anaerobic workouts at some point, but I've never seen a video or anything explaining, so I'm genuinely curious. I'm gonna head home, pack the last Christmas gifts for tomorrow, and I'll see you guys on tomorrow's run.
For me, that means simplifying things and focusing on what actually matters in the workout sessions. There were no big breakthroughs this week, no standalone sessions or standout sessions or major wins. This week was more about getting the training done in between everything else that happens this time of year.
It is the 25th of December, Thursday, day after Christmas, and I'm getting ready to get into an interval session on the bike. I think I've been a little bit too optimistic this week about what I'm going to be able to document and plan and shoot. I initially was thinking about doing the equipment walkthrough, what I use and what I don't. I think I'm not going to be able to make it this Christmas. I'm doing my workout right now, and then I'm jumping in my car and driving to the mountains to stay in a cabin until almost the New Year's starts. So I'm gonna have to call backsies on that one and come back sometime over the New Year's weekend with a equipment walkthrough as a complete video. That being said, today's workout is an interval session. Time to work off that Christmas meal. I'm going into an interval session with 30 seconds on, 15 seconds off, 3 sets of 14, I believe it is, and then 3 minutes rest in between. So I'll get going with that, and then I'll talk to you guys afterwards. Thursday's interval session complete. That was a good workout. I managed to push about 350, 360 per 30-second interval consecutively for the entirety of the 3 sets. And I'm super happy with that. That was a good effort. Topped out at about 168, 169 in pulls, which is about well into zone 4 on the bike for me. My zone 4 starts at 157 on the bike. So I'm really happy with the effort. It really felt heavy towards the end. My legs were feeling like good old lumbers. Or I don't know what you call it. Logs? Yeah, my legs felt like logs. I will get going, hop in the shower, pack my bags, start driving towards the mountain, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow for my run in the mountains. See you guys. That's it for Friday's run session. It's about 5 kilometers here in the mountains. Currently at about 1,100 meters of altitude or above sea level. So mountain air was kicking my ass a little bit. It's about 165 pulse-ish. So I could really feel that I was pushing my zone 4. But all in all, it's a good workout. I'm happy about it. So now I'm gonna enjoy some relaxing time on the cabin with some movies, some candy, and some soda. And enjoy some much needed downtime. So tomorrow will be a day off from training, and then I'll be back on Sunday with a double workout session. See you guys. Don't you put me on the back burner. You know you gotta help me out, yeah. And when there's nowhere else to run, is there room for one more sun? These changes ain't changing me, the cold-hearted boy I used to be. Yeah, you know you gotta help me out. Yeah, don't you put me on the back burner. You know you gotta help me out. Yeah, you're gonna bring yourself down. Yeah, you're gonna bring yourself down. Yeah, you're gonna bring yourself down.
This week was more about getting the training done in between everything else that happens this time of year. And I think it's important to show this side of the process as well. Most progress don't come from the big exciting weeks. It comes from weeks like this, the ones that don't look exciting, the ones that don't get filmed properly, but they still get done. Because most people don't quit on the hard days. They quit when life gets busy, routines start to slip, and consistency starts to fade. Showing up in these kinds of weeks and making a plan and sticking to it is what makes things possible in the other weeks. Now heading into the New Year's weekend, things will start to settle down and structure will slowly start to come back again. But this week was more about keeping the momentum and not losing it during this busy holiday season. And sometimes just showing up is enough.